What's up, guys? Dave Van Auken here. Another week, another edition of the Dave Van Auken Show. UFC 282 is in the past. UFC Orlando's in the past. There's one last event, UFC Vegas 66. It's this Saturday. Jared Cannonier and Sean Strickland in the main event. But our guy, been on the pod multiple times, starting to become part of the Fight Bananas family. Ultimate Fighter winner, welterweight, the Butcher, 8-1. I think you guys get the grift. Our guy Bryan Battle joins the pod. What's up, brother?
Well, how you doing, man? Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be talking about having one more fight before the end of the year.
Yeah, man. That's kind of just drop it right in there. Let's run with it. Kind of came out of nowhere. We have a lot of people that talk in the same circles. I did not think that you would have one more fight this year. Was that something you were itching for and going for and trying to capture, or it just kind of came up and you're like, let's run. I'll stay ready.
I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I mean, I had thought since my last fight, like we were targeting December, so I mean, like I'm always training. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's I'm always in shape. So it's really I just need more. It's really more of a like, can I make weight thing than can I, will I be in shape to fight? Am I prepared to fight? And it wasn't looking like December was going to happen. I mean, even at this point, I was like, damn, dude, it doesn't look like January is going to happen either. And so, I'm just training, getting ready for any opportunity that popped up. And then sure enough, I got tagged in a post on Instagram about Morales pulling out. I messaged my agent and, the rest is history.
Man, crazy. It's when I saw that too. Let's just be blunt about it, right? Guy's 20-2, and he's one of those guys, right? You know this, and we've talked a lot on air and off air stuff about it. He doesn't have the biggest name recognition, so it's like one of those. It's tough for you. To me, you have the bigger name. You're the Ultimate Fighter. You got some buzz. You got good charisma. You got all these things coming, and you're fighting this guy who's 20-2 with less name value recognition. So it was a hard fight. So a lot of people don't accept those type of fights, if I could just be honest, right? Were you just like, nah, like doesn't matter. I want to fight them all. I gotta get 7 wins to get to a title shot or a big fight. Where were you at on that point? Or fighters fight at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of my thing. I mean, you kill what you eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. You feel me? So, I'm saying I was even messaging my agent like every week. I'm like, yo, are they trying to starve me right now? You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. I'm ready to go. So, I was just like a hungry apex predator, and I just saw like an animal just like wandering to my field of view. You know what I'm saying? I was just like jumped on the opportunity. And so this guy, like you said, I mean. Uh, and he doesn't have a lot of buzz in the States, not yet, but he is coming off Dana White's looking for a fight. You know what I'm saying? He is
Yeah,
on an
yeah,
18 fight win streak.
yeah.
And I think there is like, there's this air about dudes who are from Russia who like to wrestle. You know what I'm saying? There's
Sure,
there's
there
there's
is.
uh there's something about those guys right now. So to get in there on 2 weeks notice and beat this guy up, I think that'd make a pretty big statement. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure. And same thing. Like, we've done a lot of talking and a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I think it would do probably more for your name, kind of like behind the scenes and be kind of behind the brass and in those rooms and in those offices that you and your agent doesn't go into and your management doesn't go into. If you win this one, they're like, okay, like guys, like this is a big deal. So I think it was very smart. And not even that. Like at the end of the day, too, man. Yeah, where you want to go and the goal in front of you, and like you're gonna have to you're gonna have to kill killers. Like that's just
Yeah.
at the end of the day what's gonna have to happen sooner or later. And this is a big step, but I like it. It's exciting, man. It's a great card. It's the last card of the year. Like, does that do anything for you? A little juice. Last card of the year. They're on such a momentum. That UFC Orlando is bananas. Kevin
Yeah.
Holland and Wonder Boy still kicking
Yeah,
each
that
other,
was
I think, right
crazy.
now.
That was
Um,
crazy.
yeah, just a great run. Does it feel good to get one more within the year? Try to go 3-0, maybe get a little Christmas bonus, all that stuff. How do you wrap that up?
For me, it's perfect. It's like the stars align. You know what I'm saying? I've
Yeah,
been working
okay.
so hard this year. We've had a very successful year up to this point. Not just me, but my whole team. You know what I'm saying? We started, Coach Tommy started the new gym, and the fight team overall has just been very successful. You know what I'm saying? The guys have been working very hard. So to be able to put a stamp on the end of the year like this, you know what I'm saying? It'd be a nice little stamp. You know what I'm saying? We can chill for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? I can go to the
Yeah,
beach with my family, and then we can come back and get right back to work. You know what I'm saying? Keep
yeah.
on growing, keep on getting better, keep on winning fights.
Man, talked about the team. I see you out there all the time. Wait, what you got, a 7 a.m. class or a 6 a.m. class? Some
6
people are telling
a.m.
me,
class.
yeah, people on the streets call me about that.
You
They're
know
like,
what I
man, we got to go to battle 6 a.m. You know,
mean?
people calling me. All the coaching, Global Legion, everything you're doing out there, podcasting, it's just overwhelming. I'm 12, 14 years ago, fighters just fought. They had a camp and they went away. You know what I mean? They did their thing or they had a second job. Seems like nowadays, these 2022, 2023 type fighters like yourself, it's all consuming. It's you breathe it, you watch it, you dream about it. Talk to me about like how coaching and podcasting and talking about fights, how much it's like it kind of helps you mold and helps every little detail of the game.
Well, I'll say first off, you know, I was very fortunate. That's one of the benefits of coming up through the Ultimate Fighter. You know what I'm saying? My fight contract's a little bit different than everyone else's fight contracts,
Yeah, yeah,
who have had this many fights in the UFC, unless they're like a big free agent. But so that has enabled me to be a little bit more, you know, to kind of like you said, you know, I can have passion projects now. Like
yeah,
before the Ultimate Fighter, everything had to be financially viable. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
It's like between training and working, anything else. Like if I was coaching, I had to be making money off the coaching. I couldn't just coach for the sake of coaching. You know, um, but now you know. And when we actually moved gyms, I was actually going to stop. I was going to maybe do privates, but I wasn't going to teach, coach kids anymore. But I had some kids who were just, you know, it's like it's one of those things where I inspire them and they inspire me, and you know, I
yeah,
teach them
yeah,
a lot, but they teach me a lot.
yeah.
Uh, and it's just like that all the way around. You know, it's so cool to be able to be, um, you know, uh, someone who guys in the area where there's not a whole lot of homegrown guys who have made it to this level, uh, and you know, have gotten the kind of exposure. You know, I haven't even gotten crazy exposure yet, but just the exposure that I have gotten is like inspirational to a lot of people. But
Right.
in the same note, you know, I take a lot of inspiration from that as well. You know what I mean? Just being around people, the energy they give me, like the hope that uh, is coming back towards me. You know, it's awesome. And so being able to be fully invested, I would say definitely makes me a better fighter. Just raises like my overall energy, overall motivation,
Right,
and then
right,
you know,
right.
fight IQ on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Constantly trying to explain how to do things to people who don't know how to do things, and makes you think about how you do things. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, it's fantastic.
We brought up UFC Orlando just a little bit ago. This one's back at the Apex. It's I feel like they're gonna put a mantle, a picture of your face somewhere in that Apex. You just keep on getting wins. You know what I mean? It's the place that Bryan Battle built. But that Amway crowd was amazing. I was there. I was lucky enough to be there in person. How forward are you looking into like, all right, the next one, like if it is
Mhm.
March or April or May, like, hey, I want to do a Vegas. I would love an MSG. I would love a London. They just announced that London cards in March. Is that something that interests you? Or you're like, at the end of the day, a fight's a fight. I just want to win and move up. I want to, if I keep winning at the Apex, shit, maybe I got something going there. Or do you want to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, I want to be in one of these big, big crowds?
Well, and what I will say on that, if they ever have like an Apex Hall of Fame, I need to be in the Apex Hall of
Yes,
Fame. You
yes.
know what I'm
First
saying?
ballot.
Like I was just,
First
you know
ballot.
what I mean? Like I gotta be. I know there's some guys who've had a lot of fights in the Apex, but I have like, I
Bro.
mean, with the tough fights, that's 6 fights I think that I've
Six
had in
and
the
oh.
Apex. Yeah, you know, 6-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I want to fight. I have no problem with fighting in the Apex. So like you said, fighting's fighting. You know what I'm saying? We make money regardless. But with that being said, eventually, you know, if you're going to be fighting at the top, you know what I'm saying? You're going to be fighting in front of crowds and, you know, stadiums and arenas
Yeah.
and whatnot. So the sooner I can get in that environment, because it's like I'm getting accustomed to the Apex environment. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to get accustomed to a more it's been a very long time since before COVID that I fought in front of a big crowd of any sort. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Like I want to be able to feel the energy of a big crowd again.
And with that being said, is there any little, yeah, like, okay, I want to be in Vegas for a pay per view? Is it? I'm a big New York guy, so MSG is super special to me. A lot of people love traveling. I talk to a lot of fighters that they're like, dude, I love Australia and I do love London. Is there one of those particular ones that you want to hit kind of first?
Oh, if I could be in a Madison Square Garden card, that
Woo!
would be amazing. That would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
amazing. I
yeah.
mean, I'm a New York Giants fan. You know, I got
Oh,
my grandparents live in New Jersey. That's where my dad's from. You know, I've been to New York several times. That would be Vegas is a close second because I love
yeah,
Vegas. Vegas is awesome. I love
yeah, yeah,
Vegas so
yeah,
much. But so
yeah. I
but
think you
MSG.
boys are still partying out there in Vegas.
Ah, there's a part of me left there every time I go.
I love it. I love it. I love
Oh
it.
my goodness. But
Yeah, it's.
and then
I,
yeah, overseas for sure. I mean, that's one of the coolest parts about being a fighter is like um, the ability to fight all over the place, you know what I'm saying? Get to
yeah.
travel the world and whatnot. So but yeah, New York would definitely be if I had a choice, Madison Square Garden would be the spot.
And they got a lot of buzz, a lot of good sports buzz right now. Aaron Judge is back.
Yeah.
Everyone thought the Jets and the Giants were going to be bad. Both of them are good. The Bills, my team, were one of the
Yeah.
best teams in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
Even the
Okay.
Knicks aren't bad. Like the Knicks
I
are
know.
actually decent right now. So
It's weird.
MSG's got a little buzz.
It's weird. It's
Yeah,
weird. And
yeah.
didn't the Rangers do pretty well? The Rangers did pretty well, didn't they?
I don't know what that sport is.
I feel you.
It's like me trying to watch World Cup. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying, you know what I mean? I'm trying, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm
No,
watching.
I check the scores on the
Yeah,
World Cup. I don't even try to pretend, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I just try to stay relevant with it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I try, man. All right, let's have a fun one. I like this question.
Okay.
Like I said, I love picking your brain about MMA, and I know you know the lineage, a lot of history of it. If you had your own Mount Rushmore, the greatest four MMA fighters of all time, beginning to 2022, where are you at on there? What is Bryan
Mm,
Battle's MMA Mount Rushmore?
all right. So Anderson Silva,
Love it,
GSP,
love it.
those guys, I feel like they're such a monumental
Yep.
part. It's like I'm not a massive Hoist Gracie fan, but I feel like he's got to be in there, right? You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm
yeah.
not the biggest Hoist Gracie fan in the world,
I'm
but I
kind of
feel
with
like
you on that. I'm with you on that.
yeah, like I'm tired of, but he's kind of like the first guy, But so yeah, he definitely has to be in there, and then oh man, see, if you could take all the scandals out, it would probably be John Jones. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? If you could take
yeah.
all the scandals out, but oh man, maybe uh because everyone else, there's like a lot of guys competing right now that'll probably end up there, but they're still kind of doing their thing. I don't know, probably Mighty Mouse. I'd probably have to put Mighty Mouse there because
Okay,
he
no,
just
I
pushed.
like that. Let me write that. Mighty Mouse.
He,
That's actually a good one. Like it's funny. So and then I'm gonna start making this a thing for sure. I feel like Silva and GSP are almost like two kind of like definites. They're just like right in that prime. It's not
mm,
too early. It's not too late. Two of the greatest ever. You just can't. I feels like every list there's a Royce Gracie. I'm like me. I'm a big Chuck Liddell guy. Like I started
yeah,
watching Chuck Liddell. It's like so if you do Royce or Chuck, like I feel that. And then there's like a new guy. Some people have Habib Nurmagomedov undefeated, all that stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's a
Some
good one.
people
That's a
a little
really
bit
good one.
outside. They're throwing a Connor. Sometimes DC's thrown out there. Jones, I'm with you. Inside the cage, he is the greatest mixed martial artist that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Inside that cage, but like you said, there's just a lot of stuff. There's like a lot of stuff around it. Mighty Mouse, that's a good one. That's a good one. It just seems like he's like the fighter's fighter, you know what I mean? Like they know how
yeah,
good he is, how detailed he is, how skilled he is. I know he's doing a lot of this stuff in one, and I feels like some not UFC people kind of go on it. That's tough competition out there. He's still
yeah.
going to
Facts,
war, so I like
facts.
that a lot. I'll dig that. Mighty Mouse, Royce, GSP, Silva. I like that. I can dig
Yeah,
with
I
that.
mean, that fourth one, because I mean, John Jones would fit there so well. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
feel like the further we get away from like after he retires, probably like 10 years after he retires, he'll
Yeah.
probably be in that spot because everyone's
Yeah.
gonna forget all that
Yeah.
other. Everyone's
Yeah.
just gonna
Like,
look at.
he's a great guy. He's a
Yeah, yeah,
Christian.
yeah, yeah. One of the best fighters of all time. That's
Yeah.
all everyone's gonna remember like 10
Yeah.
years after he retires. But
Very cool.
we'll
All right,
see.
two other fun ones. We're at the end of the year. It's Christmas time. Your card this Saturday is the last card of the year. What name other than yourself, of course, because 3-0 is a pretty damn good standard. Who is your fighter? Who is your UFC fighter of the year other than yourself?
Mm, maybe Alex Pereira.
Yeah, that's
He went
mine.
3-0 this
That's
year. Yeah,
mine.
I mean, it's hard to either
Keep the
him
champ.
or Yuri, but Yuri only fought one time, right? Did
Yeah.
Yuri only? Okay, so yeah, it'd have to be Alex Pereira because I mean he was active enough. He had 3 fights,
Yep.
and he got to the pinnacle of the sport. So it's like it's hard to compete with that.
Well, I
You know
love
what I
that. I
mean?
love that. It's kind of funny. Maybe you did a little spoiler alert there. What's your fight of the year in 2022 other than yourself? Kind of saying it out loud. Mine, my personally was Glover. Yuri won. It was one of the greatest fights ever. The
Yeah.
moments, the back and forth, him winning the title with 20 seconds left, whatever it was, and crazy. That's mine. Is that it, or is there another one that jumps at you?
There was a lot of really good fights this year. I mean, Chandler versus Gaethje was this
Yeah.
year, wasn't it?
No.
That was
Actually,
great.
Chandler Gaethje was at the end of last year.
Was it at the end of last year?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay, all
Chandler
right.
Poirier was this year.
And Chandler Ferguson, which wasn't that great. I mean, that was a pretty good fight.
That
That's
was
still
maybe
pretty.
one of the best
I mean,
moments of the year.
I'm trying to remember other great fights, but I agree with you. My favorite fight, I mean, watching Yuri versus Glover, that fight was almost spiritual. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah.
had the old lion defending, like, and he wasn't accepting defeat, which was great. And Yuri was just like this young, athletic, massive dude from another country. It was almost like watching a movie. You know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying? It
was.
was
It was a movie.
like watching an anime or something like that. You could just see like their you know what I'm saying, their energy levels and stuff like that. It was and then, you know, it's like you think Glover has it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like he's
Right.
got the title, and then in the last minute, you know what I'm saying, Yuri pulls out the choke. Now that fight was just from, like you said, the back and forth, it went all the way, you know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to compete with that.
I agree. Last one for you, my man. I'll let you go. Fighting Saturday, pivotal matchup in the welterweight division, 8-1 Bryan Battle. Christmas is right around the corner, literally next week. Is there something particular that you want? Is there something that you guys got the baby that you're like, oh, they're gonna be excited for them for open? You got something rolling in for Christmas?
No, nothing. Just we're just really excited about this beach trip. We're really gonna. It's been
Okay.
a while. It's since me and my wife got married. There's been so much life stuff and fight stuff that's been going on. Like we haven't been able to get away on a break. So that's why, like, I mean, this fight's really coming at a perfect time. I can really zone in for a little bit, and then I can just break away and just have just like
Yeah.
unadulterated time with my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're looking forward to that.
There you go. Hey, there you go. Quality time. All right, man. Bryan Battle, 8-1, the ultimate fighter, my guy. Good luck this weekend. Good skill. Anything else you want to promote, push, Instagram handles, anything you want, my man? Jim?
Yeah, check out Carolina Combat Sports on Instagram. If you're in the area, come check out our gym. Come train with your boy. Like I said, I teach personally 6 to 8 a.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, but for the most part, just tune in on ESPN and watch me beat up this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's tune in on December 17th and see what your boy can do on short notice. Because these guys, the problem is I don't got to get ready for them; they got to get ready for me. You know what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it.
And that's not enough time.
I love it. Here we go, man. Much love, man. Happy holidays to you and yours. We'll talk soon. We'll talk after the win. I'll give you a text. All right.
Yes, sir. Sounds like a plan.
All right, brother. Be good.